Hi everyone, today we are going to study the new topic which is known as attitude and emotion. While talking about attitude, I mean to say, attitude represents the individual response, its likes and dislikes of a particular thing, particular person, particular object, whatever things or whatever object he sees or feels about it. When I talk about attitude, मैं यहाँ पर ये समझाना चाहती हूँ कि हमारा दृष्टिकोण पर्टिकुलर चीज के लिए कैसा है या पर्टिकुलर ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए कैसा है, वो सकारात्मक भी हो सकता है, वो नकारात्मक भी हो सकता है। ये सब पर्सन की फीलिंग्स और उसके फेवरेबल रिस्पॉन्स पर डिपेंड करता है। हम चीजें उसी तरह से देखते हैं जिस तरीके से हमारा दृष्टिकोण हमें देखना चाहता है, जिस प्रकार से हम उसे देखते हैं उसी प्रकार से हम उसको रिस्पॉन्ड कर पाएंगे। Now, attitude are of two types. One is positive attitude and one is negative attitude. As the name suggests, positive मतलब सकारात्मक, negative मतलब नकारात्मक। जब मैं पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड की बात कर रही हूँ तो हमारा दृष्टिकोण सकारात्मक है किसी पर्टिकुलर व्यक्ति या किसी विशेष वस्तु के लिए। वही नकारात्मक चीजें हमें उस तरीके से रिजल्ट नहीं देती और हम थोड़े से गुस्सा हो जाते हैं उस पर्टिकुलर चीज के लिए। पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड मीन्स a glass is full or a glass is half empty, depends upon the attitude. Now that can be a positive, that is a glass is half full, or negative, a glass is half empty. But here comes one thing, that is you have particular thinking about a particular things. Now we will talk about the three types of attitude. The first is confirmative attitude. When I talk about confirmative attitude, it means my belief towards something or some person. For example, a person will find his job very boring. So that is a conservative attitude, that he does not like his job and he finds his job very boring because he's doing routine things again and again. Now when I talk about second type of attitude, it is effective attitude. Now effective attitude is nothing but after conservative attitude, when I have certain set of feelings towards my job. For example, an employee saying, I hate my job. Now first he was not liking his job, he finds his job very boring, and the next step is now he started hating his job because he is doing that same work again and again which he doesn't like to do. Another type, which is a third type of attitude, is behavioral attitude. Now when I talk about behavioral attitude, it means that we behave in certain way towards something or some kind of things which we don't like or we like towards it. For example, if a person is a non-vegetarian eater, he likes non-veg food. But if a person is a vegetarian eater, he may not like because his attitude towards non-veg food is negative. And on the other side, the non-veg eater has a positive attitude towards that. Okay, so our behavior depends upon our feelings which we feel towards a particular object or a thing. For example, a person might have to change his job because first he was feeling boring, then he started hating his job, and then now he has to change his job because he don't want to do it. Let us understand functions of attitude. So first point is self-identity. When I talk about self-identity, I mean to say here that attitudes are actually the eye-opener for the person who wants to see his self-identity or the organization who wants to prove their self-identity in the competitive world. Here, the vision statement plays a very important role when I talk about self-identity and how attitude helps in that. For example, I believe in you. Okay, so this statement itself says that we have to be so much strong that people start believing in our brand and they trust our loyalty towards them. So that is an attitude or an organization have towards their targeted audience, and they believe that the audience will purchase their brand. So attitude helps in self-identity to an individual as well as organization. Now when I talk about individual, if you believe that this can be done or this problem can be tackled with my positive attitude, you start behaving in that manner. So that gives you more self-identity and prove yourself better in the organization. The next point is self-esteem. Now self-identity and self-esteem goes hand in hand. First, you identify that your attitude towards a particular object is correct. You have right thinking towards it. Then you go through the stage known as self-esteem. Here you are solving the problem with the right attitude, and all the people in the organization or the team members believe that this person can solve this problem in a better manner. The next point is ego defensive function. When I talk about ego defensive function, I want to say here that There are some information about the organization. When we do the SWOT analysis, there are weaknesses of the organization. So our attitude towards our weakness should also be correct. That can be converted into our strength. Rather than focusing only on the negative part, that okay, this problem is there, we should think that this problem can be solved and we can come out as a better product or the organization will. So ego defensive means you know the problem is there and you are correcting towards it, but not focusing only on the problem, finding out the solution and coming out as a nice brand of the organization in the positive way. The next point, which is very important point, is invest knowledge. When I talk about knowledge function, attitude helps us in managing and upgrading our knowledge. We learn new things towards our attitude if we have open learning attitude towards the world. I always say or believe in one thing, which is never stop learning because life never stop teaching, and that attitude, which means you are open to learn. Right now, the current situation, we all are going through a learning phase where companies are coming towards new products, new innovations, new technologies, new inventions, because their attitude is to upgrade themselves, come out with a solution for the problem which every human being is going through. So knowledge plays a very important role because we are understanding new technologies, we are coming with an innovative product, we are tapping the untapped market, we are going through the consumers, we are helping them to solve their problems, and all this is only applicable once we have the optimistic attitude, and that can only be possible once we are open to learn things, we are more knowledgeable about the particular product or particular problem, and then we are coming out of the solution. The next point is impression management. When I talk about impression management, once you have a right attitude towards a particular thing or towards a particular object or towards a particular product, and you are in the meeting or you are in the boardroom and you are making an argument with your colleagues, or there is a debate or discussion about a particular product or particular innovative thinking that your company is coming about to, there will be a debate and you have to make your impression through your right attitude, through your knowledge, through your self-esteem, through your self-identity. That yes, I believe in this and this can happen and we can come out with this beautiful product or with the beautiful solution. Now this attitude will make an impression on the management as well as all of the employees or the team members that you have learned new skills and you have made your impression. Now impression can only come when you have researched about everything. You have made your attitude right towards that thing. You believe that this thing can come true and hence you have worked very hard towards it. Now we will talk about how to develop an attitude or attitude formation. Now these are divided into three parts. The first one is classical conditioning. When I talk about classical conditioning, it means a repetitive action is being performed to train a particular person or a thing so that we behave in a particular situation towards that attitude. For example, here there is a great experiment given. It is like when a doorbell rings, a dog in the house comes to know that there is a person standing out of the door. It means a dog has been trained several times that whenever the bell rings, it means somebody is coming inside the house and somebody is standing outside the house. So the dog, what he will do, he will just go and stand by the door. So that is what classical conditioning. A dog mind has been trained so many times that now he is able to understand whenever the doorbell rings, it means somebody is standing outside. Another example of classical conditioning is advertising. When an advertisement company forms or target a particular audience, they target advertisement according to, for example, baby products advertisement comes in baby. So their target audience is actually small babies, but whom they are targeting, the mothers. So once the mothers see the advertisement on the TV, they will try to buy the products because it will secure the baby from rashes or soft skins and all. So all these things are meant for the targeted audience. For example, Dairy Milk Silk. Here the advertisement is different. Here the target audience is the youth. So they will showcase the advertisement in such a manner that the youth are seeing the TV in such a timing that the youth sees the TV and will buy the product accordingly. So and that forms our attitude towards it. For example, since childhood we are born, we observe our parents, we observe our family members, and then we start learning things accordingly. We try to copy our parents or our family members, we try to learn our mother tongue. because we try to observe things in a better way. We try to observe things, this is good for us, this is bad for us, and then we start analyzing all these things. This is known as observation learning, which helps us to build an attitude towards a particular thing, to act in a particular situation. Now we will learn how attitude is changing. The first type is persuasion technique. When I talk about persuasion technique, it means our attitude changes according to advertisement, according to radio, television, some type of speeches given by a great leader or the politician. For example, a speech given by former President Barack Obama. We can and we will. So that is an attitude changing for all of us, because we believe that certain set of beliefs are changed and we can now perform in a better way.